To find News Nation, go to newsnationnow.com.
The man accused of killing a Minnesota state lawmaker and wounding another is being held without bail tonight following an appearance in federal court this afternoon. Prosecutors say Vance Bolter targeted 2 other lawmakers that night. One wasn't home, and Bolter took off from the other house when police showed up.
Prosecutors say Bolter spent months planning the attacks. Investigators say he had a list of dozens of other lawmakers. The shootings in Minnesota add to the growing worries of political violence across the country and here in Rhode Island. Kate
Wilkinson has local reaction and a look at whether political violence is on the rise.
According to Reuters, federal crime data does not track how many people die from political violence annually, but experts say America is experiencing the biggest increase in political violence since the 70s.
The rise of the Rhode Island House began with a solemn start as lawmakers shared a moment of silence in response to the Minnesota assassination.
There is no place for senseless violence in our political system.
In October of 2024, Reuters identified 300 cases of political violence across the U.S. since the January 6 riot in 2021.
But it's not just an isolated incident. There's a pattern.
12 News law enforcement analyst Stephen O'Donnell says police are seeing the rise of political violence in recent years.
You have fusion centers that track behavior of people, but it's impossible to track everybody's information. It's just, there's nobody in the world that could do that.
Data collected by Reuters found 2/3 of the attacks were against people, not property, which was more common in the 1970s, the last time we saw a political violence spike in the U.S. Back then, experts say attacks were more commonly carried out by people on the left. Yet, according to Reuters in 2023, 13 out of the 14 deadly political attacks they tracked were done by people with conservative views. This morning, Senator Jack Reed expressed his sadness and concern after this weekend's shooting.
An elected official who's doing their job is gunned down in the middle of the night. It has to be a concerted effort by both sides to bring down the rhetoric.
A Reuters poll also found 20% of respondents from both parties called violence acceptable if it's done to make society better. But another poll showed the majority of Americans are concerned about political violence in their community. Live in the studio, Kate Wilkinson, 12 News.